My friends, regret is not a punishment, it's a teacher. Andrew Tate's journey reminds us that life is not just about what you achieve, but about who you become and what you give. Don't wait until the pain of regret knocks on your door. Today, make the decision to live with purpose, integrity, and vision. Because the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Thank you. Regret is not a fleeting feeling or a momentary reaction. It is a deep, resounding acknowledgement of time misused, opportunities ignored, and potential left unrealized. Regret emerges not as a punishment, but as a natural consequence of neglecting the very essence of why we are here, our purpose. Every human being is born with a unique mission, a reason for existing that extends beyond mere survival or the pursuit of temporary gratification. This purpose is not hidden, it reveals itself in the passions we carry, the skills we hone, and the impact we are meant to leave on the lives of others. Yet many live their lives disconnected from this purpose, chasing what is easy, popular, or profitable, all the while drifting further from the fulfillment that only alignment with purpose can provide. When purpose is abandoned or ignored, the soul begins to feel the weight of regret, a heaviness that cannot be alleviated by success, wealth, or recognition. This is because regret, at its core, is not about what we have done, but about what we failed to do, what we failed to become. Andrew Tate's story illustrates this reality vividly. Here is a man who achieved extraordinary levels of influence and material wealth, rising to global prominence in a way that many aspire to replicate. His life seemed to embody success in its most tangible forms: luxury, recognition, and power. Yet his journey also stands as a stark reminder that possessions and accolades, no matter how grand, cannot replace the fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with one's purpose. Purpose is not an external pursuit, it is an internal calling. It is the compass that guides us through life's complexities, keeping us anchored even when the storms of ambition, temptation, or distraction rage around us. When we choose to ignore this compass, prioritizing fleeting pleasures or societal definitions of success, we sow the seeds of regret. The discomfort of regret does not come immediately, it often lies dormant, waiting until the noise of life quiets down, and we are left to confront the truth of who we are versus who we were meant to be. This disconnection from purpose creates a void that no amount of external success can fill. People like Andrew Tate, despite their apparent triumphs, often wrestle with this inner void, a silent acknowledgement that something critical has been overlooked or sacrificed. Regret is the whisper of purpose reminding us that we have taken a detour, that the life we were meant to live is still out there, untouched, waiting for us to align with it. When we neglect our purpose, we not only betray ourselves, but also the world that needed the unique contribution only we could offer. Our purpose is never just about us. It is always intertwined with the lives we touch, the legacies we build, and the difference we are meant to make. Neglecting it is a disservice not only to our own fulfillment, but to the countless others who might have been inspired, uplifted, or changed by our obedience to that calling. Regret is a teacher, and its lesson is profound. Life without purpose is existence without meaning. To live disconnected from purpose is to squander the greatest gift we have been given, the chance to live a life of significance, of depth, of true impact. It is a warning that cannot be ignored, a reminder that every moment we spend chasing what does not matter is a moment lost from what truly does. Success is one of the most alluring and dangerous pursuits in human life. It is a word that has the power to inspire greatness or to lead one into the deepest forms of self-deception. The very nature of success is defined differently by each person. Some see it in terms of material wealth, others in recognition, and still others in influence or status. But what so few realize is that success, in and of itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. What defines the impact of success on a person's life is the foundation upon which it is built. Without values, success becomes hollow, a shiny exterior with no substance to sustain it. Values are the anchors of our lives. They provide direction, stability, and clarity, ensuring that our ambitions remain aligned with what truly matters. To pursue success without values is like setting sail on a vast ocean without a compass. No matter how grand the ship or how skilled the crew, the journey is destined to be aimless. Values are not optional in the pursuit of success, they are essential. They act as the bedrock upon which lasting achievements are built. When values are absent, success becomes fragile, susceptible to collapse under the weight of pressure, temptation, and the inevitable void of unfulfilled purpose. Consider the metaphor of a mansion. A mansion, by all appearances, is a marvel impressive, towering and grand. But if it is constructed on unstable ground, it will not stand the test of time. Cracks will form, walls will weaken, and eventually the structure will fall. Such is the fate of success without values. It may dazzle the world for a moment, but its foundation is unsteady, and its collapse is only a matter of time. Values serve another critical role. They define the character of the person pursuing success. True success is not measured by what you achieve, but by who you become in the process of achieving it. What is the point of gaining the whole world if, in the process, you lose your integrity, your principles, or your soul? Success without values distorts the very essence of the individual. It creates a person who is driven by ambition but devoid of purpose, who has achieved much externally but is empty internally. This emptiness is not visible to the outside world. To others, the individual may appear enviable, celebrated, wealthy, powerful. But inside, there is a knowing void, a recognition that something crucial is missing. This is the deceptive nature of success without values. It promises fulfillment, but delivers emptiness. It gives the illusion of completion, but leaves the heart restless and unsatisfied. Moreover, success without values is often fleeting. Achievements built on dishonesty, selfishness, or manipulation may bring short-term gains, but they lack the longevity that comes from being rooted in principles. Wealth can be lost, fame can fade, and power can shift. Only values remain steadfast, providing a sense of identity and meaning that external accomplishments cannot. The danger of pursuing success without values is that it blinds you to the very reason for your success in the first place. Success is meant to be a tool, a platform to serve others, to make a positive impact, to fulfill your greater purpose. Without values, success becomes self-serving, a means of feeding ego rather than elevating others. It distorts the relationship between ambition and purpose, leading to a life that, though outwardly impressive, lacks any true significance. Success without values also erodes relationships. When your pursuit of success is not guided by honesty, respect, and compassion, you risk alienating the very people who matter most. You may gain the admiration of strangers, but you lose the trust of those who truly know you. The relationships that could have brought you joy, love, and support are sacrificed on the altar of ambition. What remains is a sense of isolation, a loneliness that no amount of achievement can cure. The emptiness of success without values is a universal lesson taught by history and lived out in the lives of countless individuals. It is a warning that no matter how high you climb, no matter how far you go, the journey will always feel incomplete if it is not grounded in principles that give it meaning. Success, when stripped of values, becomes nothing more than a hollow victory, a fleeting moment of applause in a life that ultimately feels unfinished. Greatness is not an accident, it is a deliberate pursuit. It does not fall into the laps of the lazy, nor is it handed out to the indifferent. It is the result of intentional effort, unwavering focus, and a willingness to endure the challenges that come with striving for something extraordinary. True greatness demands a price that can only be paid through sacrifice and discipline. These two elements are not merely accessories to greatness, they are its foundation. Without them, the journey to greatness is incomplete and unsustainable. Sacrifice is the act of giving up something of value for something of greater worth. It requires us to let go of immediate gratification, temporary comforts, and superficial desires in exchange for long-term fulfillment and purpose. Sacrifice is uncomfortable, often painful, because it challenges our natural inclination to choose ease over effort. Yet, it is in sacrifice that the seeds of greatness are planted. Every step forward on the path to greatness involves leaving something behind, whether it is fear, distractions, bad habits, or even relationships that no longer align with your purpose. Discipline, on the other hand, is the force that keeps us on the path. It is the daily decision to stay committed to the vision, even when motivation fades, obstacles arise, and the journey feels overwhelming. Discipline is not about perfection, it is about persistence. It is the ability to resist temptation, to say no to what is easy, and to say yes to what is necessary. Discipline transforms potential into progress and aspirations into achievements. Without it, even the best intentions are destined to remain unrealized dreams. Andrew Tate's rise is a testament to the power of hard work and determination. His ability to push past limits, to strive for excellence, and to outwork his competition serves as a powerful reminder greatness does not come to the idle. It comes to those who are willing to do what others will not. However, his story also highlights a critical truth: sacrifice and discipline, when not coupled with a clear vision of purpose, can lead to imbalance and disillusionment. Hard work alone is not enough. The sacrifices we make and the discipline we practice must align with a higher purpose, a clear and meaningful vision of what truly matters. Sacrificing for the wrong goals or practicing discipline without direction leads to frustration and ultimately regret. Greatness is not just about achieving, it is about achieving what is significant and enduring. Sacrifice also requires wisdom. It is not about giving up everything indiscriminately, but about discerning what must be set aside to make room for what truly matters. Too often, people sacrifice the wrong things, their integrity, their relationships, or their health in the name of greatness. Such sacrifices are misguided and lead not to fulfillment, but to emptiness. True greatness asks us to sacrifice what hinders us, not what defines us. Discipline, similarly, must be rooted in purpose. It is not simply about working harder or doing more. It is about aligning our actions with our values and vision. Discipline without purpose becomes rigid and mechanical, a draining routine that fails to inspire or uplift. But discipline that flows from purpose becomes a source of strength and clarity, a guiding force that keeps us moving forward even when the road is difficult. Sacrifice and discipline also reveal the character of those who aspire to greatness. They test our resolve, our commitment, and our authenticity. They strip away the superficial and expose what truly drives us. Greatness cannot be achieved by shortcuts, nor can it be sustained by luck. It must be earned through the consistent practice of sacrificing what is less important for what is most important and disciplining ourselves to stay the course when challenges arise. The pursuit of greatness is not a momentary effort, it is a lifetime commitment. It is not something that can be achieved passively or by accident. Every decision we make, every action we take, and every habit we form either brings us closer to greatness or takes us further away from it. Greatness demands intentionality, the willingness to prioritize what truly matters over what is merely convenient or popular. It is also worth noting that true greatness is not about personal gain, but about impact. It is not just about what we achieve for ourselves, but about how our lives inspire, uplift, and transform others. Sacrifice and discipline are not ends in themselves, they are tools that enable us to fulfill our purpose and leave a lasting legacy. Greatness that serves only the self is shallow and unsatisfying. True greatness reaches beyond the individual, touching lives and creating change that endures. In every person who has achieved greatness, there is a story of sacrifice and discipline. These are the common threads that weave through the lives of the extraordinary. Yet, their stories also teach us that greatness is not just about what we do, but about why and how we do it. Sacrifice and discipline, when guided by purpose, become the keys that unlock the door to a life of significance, impact, and lasting fulfillment. The world is captivated by achievements. Society measures success by awards, accolades, titles, and material wealth. We are taught to chase milestones, to celebrate victories, and to build a life that showcases what we have accomplished. Yet, as time marches on, it becomes evident that achievements alone cannot secure significance. History, the great arbiter of what truly matters, does not honor those who simply accumulated wealth or built empires. It remembers those who left behind something greater than themselves, a legacy. A legacy is not defined by the things we own or the titles we hold. It is not written in the balance of our bank accounts or etched into the plaques on our office walls. Legacy lives in the hearts and minds of others, in the lives we touch and the values we pass on. While achievements are celebrated in the moment, they are often fleeting, fading into obscurity as time moves forward. Legacy, on the other hand, endures. It transcends the boundaries of time, carrying the essence of who we were and what we stood for into the lives of future generations. The stark difference between achievements and legacy lies in their focus. Achievements are often self-centered, rooted in personal ambition and individual success. Legacy, however, is outward looking. It is about the mark we leave on the world and the contributions we make to the lives of others. Achievements may bring recognition, but legacy brings meaning. Achievements may build a reputation, but legacy builds significance. Consider the lives of those who are celebrated in history not for what they own, but for what they gave. Their legacies are not measured by possessions, but by principles, not by wealth, but by wisdom. The world may have forgotten the fortunes they amassed or the trophies they earned, but it remembers the impact they had on humanity. They understood a profound truth: life's greatest achievements are not material, but relational. The danger of chasing achievements without considering legacy is that it leads to a life of imbalance and eventual regret. Achievements are temporary. They are tied to circumstances and external validation. They can be taken away by failure, economic downturns, or the passage of time. Legacy, however, is eternal. It resides not in things, but in people, in the lives you inspire, the causes you champion, and the values you instill. A life focused solely on achievement often prioritizes things over people. It may lead to the accumulation of wealth, but leave behind a trail of broken relationships, neglected responsibilities, and missed opportunities to make a difference. It creates the illusion of success while hollowing out the core of what truly matters. Achievements may fill your shelves, but only legacy will fill your soul. When the spotlight fades and the applause dies down, it is not your achievements that will echo through eternity, it is your legacy. People will not remember you for the cars in your garage or the size of your house. They will remember the moments when you cared, the sacrifices you made, and the wisdom you shared. They will remember the love you gave and the example you set. Building a legacy requires intentionality. It is not something that happens by chance. It is a deliberate choice to prioritize what matters most. It demands that we shift our focus from temporary successes to lasting significance. It challenges us to invest in relationships, to mentor others, to live with integrity, and to align our lives with values that outlive us. Legacy also requires humility. It calls us to look beyond ourselves, to recognize that our purpose is not confined to personal gain, but is tied to the greater good. It asks us to plant seeds we may never see grow, to build bridges we may never cross, and to contribute to a future we may never experience. A legacy is not about perfection, it is about consistency. It is about choosing day by day to live in a way that reflects what you want to leave behind. It is about recognizing that every decision, every interaction, and every action contributes to the story you are writing. Legacy is not something you leave at the end of your life, it is something you build throughout it. Ultimately, legacy is about impact. It is about making a difference in the world, no matter how big or small. It is about living a life that others can point to and say, because of them, my life is better. This is the true measure of greatness, not the trophies you win or the records you break, but the lives you touch and the good you do. Time is the most precious resource we possess, yet it is the one most easily squandered. Unlike money, it cannot be saved or stored. Unlike possessions, it cannot be replaced. Time is the currency of life, and every passing second is spent, whether we realize it or not. The tragedy is not in the passage of time, it is in the misuse of it. To mismanage time is to mismanage life itself, for time is the canvas on which we paint the masterpiece of our existence. Many people live as though time is infinite, as though there will always be more opportunities to make amends, to pursue dreams, or to invest in what truly matters. They focus their energy on the urgent rather than the important, mistaking busyness for productivity and routine for purpose. They spend their days chasing temporary goals, satisfying fleeting desires, and accumulating possessions, only to look back and wonder where all the time went. Andrew's story serves as a cautionary tale in this regard. His relentless pursuit of success and recognition consumed years of his life. While his efforts yielded tangible rewards, wealth, fame, and influence, they also came at a cost. His time was spent chasing what glittered rather than what endured. Like so many others, he invested in what appeared urgent, failing to prioritize the relationships, values, and deeper purposes that ultimately bring fulfillment. The result? A lingering sense of regret, a realization that the time he poured into one pursuit left other, more meaningful pursuits neglected. Regret, at its core, is the pain of mismanaged time. It is the haunting recognition that the hours, days, and years you were given to create a life of significance were instead spent on distractions or pursuits that now feel empty. Regret does not arise from failure alone, it arises from misplaced focus, from pouring our finite time into things that add little to our lives or the lives of others. Time is unforgiving. It does not pause for reflection, nor does it allow for a do-over. Every moment we spend is a moment we will never get back. Yet this is not meant to create fear, but rather a sense of urgency, a call to wake up to the reality of how precious each second truly is. The great paradox of time is that it is simultaneously abundant and scarce. It feels limitless when we are young, but as the years pass, its scarcity becomes undeniable. One of the greatest tragedies of life is realizing too late that you misused the time you were given. It is looking back and seeing opportunities squandered, relationships neglected, and dreams deferred. It is recognizing that the things you prioritized were not the things that mattered most. Time once lost cannot be retrieved. It is the ultimate non-renewable resource, and its mismanagement leaves a wound that no amount of wealth, success, or regret can heal. The world often distracts us from what truly matters. We are bombarded with messages that tell us to hurry, to achieve, to consume. We are taught to measure our worth by how busy we are, how much we earn, or how much we earn. Yet, when we measure our lives by these standards, we inevitably find ourselves asking, was it worth it? Did these pursuits justify the time they demanded? True wealth is not found in material possessions, but in the wise use of time. Time well spent is time invested in relationships, in growth, in purpose. It is time spent building a legacy that outlasts the fleeting rewards of momentary success. It is time given to things that endure love, kindness, wisdom, and impact. To redeem our time is to live intentionally, choosing what matters over what distracts, and aligning our daily actions with our deepest values and goals. The choice of how we spend our time is ours alone. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else will bear the weight of your regrets. The responsibility to manage time wisely is not a burden, it is a privilege. Each day is an opportunity to align your life with your purpose, to prioritize what matters, and to let go of what doesn't. When we mismanage time, we trade the priceless for the trivial. We allow distractions to steal our focus and fleeting pleasures to consume our energy. But when we manage time well, we create a life of meaning and fulfillment. We build memories, relationships, and accomplishments that we can look back on without regret. The pain of mismanaged time is not just personal, it is collective. The time you waste is time that could have been spent making a difference in the lives of others, contributing to your community, or advancing a cause greater than yourself. Time mismanaged is not just a loss for you, it is a loss for the world that needed your unique gifts and contributions. Regret is a powerful teacher, but it is also a cruel one. It reminds us of what we cannot change while urging us to change what we still can. The lessons of regret are not meant to paralyze us, but to propel us into action, to awaken us to the reality that time is precious and that its wise use is the key to a life well lived. Redemption is one of life's most profound opportunities. It is the invitation to rise from the ashes of regret, to reclaim what was lost, and to begin anew with intention and clarity. It is proof that no matter how far we've strayed, no matter how deeply we've fallen into the patterns of distraction, neglect, or misaligned priorities, there is always a path forward. Redemption is not reserved for the perfect or the privileged. It is available to anyone willing to acknowledge their mistakes and take the necessary steps to realign their life with purpose. To understand redemption, we must first confront the reality of regret. Regret is a universal experience, an emotion that reminds us of the ways in which we have fallen short of our potential. It is the echo of missed opportunities, the weight of poor decisions, and the realization that we have not lived as we ought to. Yet, while regret has the power to paralyze, it also holds the potential to transform. It serves as a mirror, reflecting not just our failures, but also the gap between who we are and who we were meant to be. The pain of regret is often rooted in a life lived out of alignment with purpose. Purpose is the compass of existence, the guiding force that gives meaning to our actions and direction to our journey. When we ignore or abandon our purpose, we drift aimlessly, chasing fleeting pleasures or hollow achievements. This disconnection from purpose leaves a void that no amount of success, wealth, or recognition can fill. It is only when we realign with our true purpose that we begin to experience the peace and fulfillment that eluded us. Redemption begins with recognition. It requires us to be honest with ourselves, to admit where we have gone wrong, and to take responsibility for the choices that have led us astray. This is not an easy task, as it demands humility and courage. Yet, it is through this process of self-examination that we open the door to change. To redeem our lives, we must first acknowledge the ways in which we have misused our time, neglected our relationships, or prioritized the wrong things. Once we have recognized our missteps, the next step is realignment. Redemption is not simply about feeling remorse for the past. It is about taking deliberate action to correct our course. It is about aligning our actions with our purpose, ensuring that every decision, every effort, and every moment contributes to a life of meaning and impact. This realignment requires intentionality. It demands that we identify what truly matters and dedicate ourselves to living in accordance with those values. Aligning with purpose is not a one-time event, it is a continual process. Life is full of distractions, challenges, and temptations that can pull us away from our purpose. Redemption requires vigilance, a commitment to consistently recalibrate our lives and return to the path we are meant to follow. It is a journey, not a destination, a journey that unfolds one step, one choice, one day at a time. The beauty of redemption is that it turns regret into a source of strength. The lessons learned from our past mistakes become the foundation upon which we build a better future. The pain of regret, when embraced and understood, fuels our determination to live differently. It motivates us to prioritize what matters, to let go of what doesn't, and to approach each day with a renewed sense of purpose. Redemption is not about erasing the past, it is about using it as a catalyst for growth and transformation. To live for something greater than yourself is the essence of redemption. Purpose is inherently outward facing. It calls us to serve, to give, and to contribute to the lives of others. When we align with purpose, we move beyond the narrow confines of self-interest and step into a life of significance. We begin to see that our actions have the power to create ripples of impact, touching lives and shaping the world in meaningful ways. Redemption is also about hope. It reminds us that the mistakes of yesterday do not have to define the possibilities of tomorrow. It tells us that no matter how far we've drifted, we are never beyond the reach of purpose. It is the assurance that we are not trapped by our past, but are free to chart a new course. To redeem our lives is to reclaim the time, energy, and opportunities we once squandered and to use them in service of something greater. Redemption is found in the simple yet profound act of choosing purpose over regret. It is in deciding that the pain of the past will not dictate the potential of the future. It is in aligning every thought, word, and action with the deeper meaning for which we were created. This is the path to a life of fulfillment, impact, and lasting joy, a life that transcends the fleeting rewards of achievement and leaves behind a legacy that endures.